Hello and welcome to Rathods IS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 20th December 2023. So first we are going to see Delhi edition PDF of Hindu, and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our UPSC point of view, and most of you are beginners, right? So because of this, we are also going to see relevant static syllabus as well. So we are going to connect dynamic with the static syllabus, and even we are going to see the different perspectives. That perspectives will help you to improve your thinking process. And one more thing here is, and answer writing should be done in multidimensional manner. For example, if you are writing any GS answers or either essay, so you have to write answer in multidimensional. So for this purpose also, so this exercise of thinking different dimensions or perspectives is very important, and that we are going to teach through this current affairs analysis in this Rathods IS. And one more thing here is, if you are watching this Rathods IS consistently, then I can say within 4 to 5 months of time you can understand how to connect static with the dynamic part. Okay, that's my promise. So because of this, watch Hindu analysis consistently. Don't miss even a single day. So I will be not missing and you should not miss. Okay, so this is the important thing that you have to remember regarding this current affairs. And one thing I want to show here is, we are going to have free orientation class of mains answer writing. So if you are preparing for 2025, and even if you are preparing for other state public service examination, so if you are having problems with the mains, yes, you can attend this free orientation class that is conducted on this Sunday, that is 24th December, and at 11 a.m. So at 11 a.m. we are going to have free live orientation class of mains answer writing. So please do join that orientation. So what we are going to discuss in that orientation is how questions will be asked in UPSC mains, and how to answer those questions, and how can you show differentiation between when you are writing answers from GS1 to GS2, GS2 to GS3 and GS4. Especially you are focusing on essay writing and as well as case studies as well, like how to approach them. Okay, so if you attend that class, so I can say about 70% of your fear regarding this mains answer writing will be gone for sure. So make sure that you are attending that class. And one more thing here is, so we are going to launch a new batch of mains answer writing course, so you can join that course. Okay, so if you are facing problem like content and how to present answer and how to write answer within the word limit and within the time limit, okay, so for all those things the solution here is mains answer writing practice. So this will be done on daily basis. So how this course will go on is, so first we will give you like 52 weeks of schedule. So based on the schedule you will be preparing, and you will be getting one question daily to your mail, and you will be writing answer and you will be sending answer to our mail ID. Then there will be evaluation, and again we will be resending your evaluated copy to your mail ID, and you will be check the feedback. So feedback is given like a very detailed thing, like whatever the even single word that you are writing, so we will be focusing on even spelling mistakes also, and we will giving you like feedback whether you address the demand of the question or not. So if there are any sub questions, whether you miss a sub question or not, so how can you improve your presentation, so if there is any data that can be added or not. Okay, so all these will be given in a detailed feedback. Okay, and based on that feedback you will be improving automatically. And one more special highlight of this course is, you will be having Zoom live discussions. So in that Zoom live discussions we are going to discuss essay and as well as case study, how to write essay and case study, because many students will be having fear of writing case studies and as well as essays. So to get rid of that fear, so we came up with this Zoom live interactions, and if you have any doubts, and one-to-one mentorship classes will be taken on that Zoom. Okay, so these are the highlights of this course, and the cost here is 8,200 rupees. And if you want to pay in installments, installment facility is also available. So please do join that course, so that I can ensure you that you will be improving this answer writing for sure. And here let us see the front page of Delhi edition. So first article is suspensions continue as 49 more MPs face action. So this article is talking about suspension of MPs. So whenever there is suspension of MPs, so it will have negative impact on democracy. Okay, it will have negative impact on democracy because the suspension it is done, that is nothing but opposition people. So whenever opposition party is not available in the house, then who will question the policies and how this ruling party will be accountable? No, right? So here for the checks and balances, here we have opposition party, and to make executive responsible, yes, we have this mechanism of questioning. But if this opposition party members you are suspending, means what happens? So it will be undermining the democracy. And even in yesterday's class we discussed about different rules of Lok Sabha and as well as Rajya Sabha, which talks about the suspension of MPs. Okay, so please visit yesterday's video or yesterday's notes to get content regarding the suspension of MPs. And next topic is Tamil Nadu minister convicted faces disqualification. So here you have to see about disqualification of MLA. Okay, you have to see this topic called as disqualification of MLA and what are the provisions. You have to see like what are the provisions, and in our constitution where it is said about disqualification of MLA, and this topic is solely important from your polity, which comes under GS paper 2, and this topic is important from your prelims and also from your mains. So there is a chance of getting question in your prelims and as well as mains from this topic. Okay, so this is about the front page today, and city page I found nothing which is important, and you can directly move on to the states page. So the states page also I found most of the articles here political articles. Here you can see one article regarding the scheme, that is about MGNREGA. With MGNREGA's wages pending and no work, Karnataka workers migrate in bigger numbers. So actually here you have to know about what is this scheme is about. That is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So actually it is providing 100 days of guarantee employment. So it is focusing on only rural areas. Okay, it is focusing on only rural areas, and even there is unskilled work is given, not skilled work. So here the issue is there is lack of funds to this MGNREGA, and because of that there is no work. So because of no work, now these people who used to work under this MGNREGA, they are migrating in bigger numbers to other regions. So here you can expect a question like analyze this scheme, analyze this MGNREGA, or else they will be saying like what are the challenges faced by this MGNREGA, or what are the advantages of this MGNREGA, or what is significance of this MGNREGA. So in this way you can expect a question in your mains, and from prelims you have to know about just facts regarding this MGNREGA scheme. So this topic is important from your GS paper 2 under governance point of view. So most of the articles are there of advertisements in this paper rather than articles. Yeah, here you can see one good news for children from state of Karnataka, that is Karnataka to reduce burden of school bags by 50%. So after I saw this article in the morning, so one image that struck into my mind. So actually the image was like I studied in a private school, okay, in my childhood. So from nursery to 10th class, I studied only in one school. Okay, that was hat-trick in my family. So no one did education in a single school except me. So at that time in private school, we used to follow textbook of government, and they in the school they used to give workbooks, and we have the class notes. So my bag used to be very, very bulky, you know. So rather than my weight, my bag weight used to be very high, and I can't carry that bag. At that time I was very, very lean. Okay, at that time I used to have only one thing. So whenever I go to school, I believe much bother about this books only. And my school, it is very long distance from my home, and we used to go on foot, okay, by foot on to the school. At that time we have to carry bag and I have to go. So this is a very, very good news that I think that. So here Karnataka, it is going to reduce the burden of school bags by 50%. So because of heavy weights, you know, so that will be having impact on your spine in future. Okay, tender age, whenever you are carrying the lots of loads on your backs, then you will be having a back pain or else spine disorders. So that is the thing that I am facing now. So because of that issues, I can't sit for more than 1 hour or 2 hours in the same place. So here if you see this article, which says that Karnataka government, instead of providing the textbooks, okay, for different classes, they said that per year we are going to give only 2 books. 2 books per year, that is divided into 2 parts, that is summative assessment 1 and next one is summative assessment 2. Well, Karnataka government has taken step to reduce the burden of school bags by cutting 50% of textbooks for students of class 1 to class 10 from academic year 2024 to 2025. So from the upcoming academic year, yes, here government going to introduce the system of SA1 book and SA2 book rather than other books. So this is the thing which mainly said. And please let me know your comments regarding whatever the experience that you had while you went to school, okay, regarding this bags and the weight of the bag. Okay, so I had a very bitter experience. Okay, and next topic, it is in editorial page. So in this editorial page, what are the lead articles and editorials? So all are important. Okay. So first article, it is about Article 370 of Indian Constitution. So already we discussed about this article in detail, like what is the background. So what is this Article 370, whether it is a temporary provision or a permanent provision. Okay, I will tell you a brief regarding this Article 370. So what happened on August 5th and 6th, 2019, our present government, which came up with revocation of Article 370 and Article 35A of Indian Constitution. So Article 370A and Article 370 and Article 35A. So these 2 articles which talks about special category status. It is talking about special category status to Jammu and Kashmir. So after removal of these 2 articles, even our government came up with Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act. Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, and it bifurcated erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir state into 2 union territories. First one is UT of Jammu and Kashmir, next one is UT of Ladakh. UT of Ladakh and UT of Jammu and Kashmir. So now UT of Jammu and Kashmir is having legislative assembly, but this Ladakh is not having legislative assembly. So actually regarding this issue, so many petitions they filed in Supreme Court whether revocation of Article 370 and 35A is correct or not. Okay. So because of this petitions, now recently Supreme Court gave a judgment like, so this Article 370 is a temporary provision. It is a temporary provision. So what are the things which done by the government is valid. It is correct. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said by Supreme Court. Okay, so you might be having a doubt like why Jammu and Kashmir have this special category status. Yes or no? So if you go back to history of 1947, so after we got independence, one important issue which is present before our newly formed country is to integrate princely states. Okay, to integrate princely states. So at that time more than 552 princely states they were there. And out of this, here Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he played a very important role in integration of princely states, but he faced problem regarding integration of Jammu and Kashmir, Hyderabad and Junagadh. Okay, so here if you see Raja Hari Singh who was ruling this Jammu and Kashmir at that time, he signed IOA, that is Instrument of Accession with Union, and with that instrument of accession, so we integrated Jammu and Kashmir. So at that time here Raja Hari Singh, he said that so we need some special category to Jammu and Kashmir. So because of that this article 370 had been introduced. Okay, so these are the some important things that you have to remember. And next topic, it is about Telecommunications Bill 2023. So you have to see like what is this Telecommunications Bill, and here you have to see what are the provisions of this bill. Okay, so this article is important from GS paper 2 under polity. So there is a high chance of getting question regarding this in prelims and as well as in mains. In prelims and mains there is a high chance of getting question regarding this Telecommunication Bill, and we are going to see that in detail. And next topic is turbulence in South. So this article which is talking about disasters. Okay, so this article is talking about disaster. So why disaster? Actually you know that recently cyclone Mikong has been affected Tamil Nadu a lot, and even AP also got heavy rainfall because of this cyclone Mikong. And because of this northeast monsoons now, so because of this northeast monsoon, so it is bringing heavy rainfall to Tamil Nadu, and because of heavy rainfall, so this Tamil Nadu, especially Chennai region, is facing these floods. So this article says that we must be prepared to these disasters. Okay, so this is the important thing. And next one is tax HFSS foods view as it is a public health imperative. So this article which is talking about HFSS, that is nothing but high fat, sugar and salt food. So they will be having high fat, high sugar levels and high salt levels. So because of consuming of this high fat, sugar and salts, so that will be having a lot of health issues like obesity, non-communicable disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, etc. So here you have to know about what is this high fat, sugar, salt foods and how can we avoid them and what will be the impacts on the health. So this article is very important from your health point of view, which comes in a GS paper 2. And if you move on to this opinion page, so there is one important article. It is regarding India's ethanol conundrum. So this article which is talking about ethanol blending in petrol. So in petrol we have to blend this ethanol. So actually target here is 20% of target and to achieve it by 2025. So India's target is 20% of ethanol blending, that too by 2025. Okay, so here you have to understand what is the meaning of ethanol blending and what are the advantages and disadvantages of ethanol blending. Okay, so these things are very important, and this topic is important from your GS paper 3 environment and ecology, and you can get mains based question here. Okay, and you can get mains based question here, not prelims based. And if you move on, in this text and context, there is an article regarding Dharavi. It is not much important actually. And you can directly move on to this news page. Yes, here you can see one article, that is women MPs of BJP seek more time to discuss criminal law bills. Okay, so this article says that here women MPs of BJP, they seek more time to discuss this criminal law bills. So actually if they want to discuss this criminal law bills, they are saying that we need some extra time. So because recently we are talking about 3 bills, and these bills are going to replace this IPC, CRPC and IEC, Indians Evidence Act. Okay, so here the name of those bill is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which and next one is Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha, and next one is Bharatiya Saksha Bill. Okay, so they are going to replace IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act. Okay, so here you have to see what will be the impact of amending this IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act. So what is the positive outcome and what may be the negative outcome, that you have to think from this article point of view. And here in this page you can see House panel doubts centers data on lumpy skin disease. So lumpy skin disease, which commonly seen in cattle. Okay, in cattle we can see on the skins, we can see the lumps will be forming. So because of this lumpy skin disease, that will decrease milk production. This milk production will be decreased because of this lumpy skin disease. Okay, sometimes if the infection is severe, means so even that will lead to death of the cattle. So here you have to see some facts regarding this lumpy skin disease. Yeah, in this business page you can see the article that is states they can borrow an extra 2 lakh crore for this fiscal year. So this article which is talking about borrowings. Now finance minister says that his states they can go for borrowing of 2.04 lakh additional borrowings, okay, over their net borrowing limits. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said, and here you have to see like how can we go for borrowing for central government as well as state government. That is important from your economy point of view. And in the world page you can see there is one interesting article, that is earthquake in China. So overnight earthquake in northwest China kills 126 people. So 126 people, they had been killed by this earthquake. So here you can understand about the concept of what is this earthquake. So what are the seismic waves? And we have body waves and surface waves. In body waves we have P waves and S waves, and surface waves we have Love waves and Rayleigh waves. And even you have to write about or think about shadow region. Shadow region of P waves and S waves. And you have to see what is the impact of earthquake. So all these dimensions are important from this article point of view. And even you have to see of different types of plates which are present near China. Okay, so this article is important from GS paper 1 under geography, and even we can connect this topic with GS paper 3 under disaster management, and now it is neighboring countries. So from international relations point of view also we can see this topic. And these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. Now let us see the notes. And one more thing is, if you want to get these notes, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in description box. Or else you can open a Telegram and you can search for Rathods IAS classes. So there also you can get this Telegram channel and you can join and you can get the PDFs daily. So next topic it is about Tamil Nadu minister convicted faces disqualification. So here you have to see the disqualification of MLAs. So context says that Tamil Nadu higher education minister he suffered a major jolt with the Madras High Court convicting him and his wife on a multiple disproportionate asset case. Okay, so they had been convicted under this multiple disproportional assets case. So if we are talking about the disqualifications of the member, so if he holds office of profit under union or state government, he will be disqualified. And if he is having unsound mind and stands so declared by a court, then also disqualified. And if he is not a citizen of India and has voluntarily acquired citizenship of another country, then he can be dismissed or disqualified. Next one is if he is so disqualified under any law which is made by the parliament. So parliament have the excessive power or exclusive power to make the laws regarding the disqualifications of the members. So here some more important things that you have to remember is the parliament has prescribed several additional disqualifications in this Representation of People's Act of 1951, and he must not have been found guilty for certain election offences, and as well as he must not have been convicted for any offence resulting in imprisonment of 2 or more years, then also he will be disqualified. And he must not fail to lodge or account on his election expenses within the time. And even he can focus on interest of government contracts and as well as works or services as well. So if he is having any one of this, then he will be disqualified. And he must not be a director or managing manager, should not hold any office of profit in any corporation. And next one is he must not have been dismissed from government services for corruption or disloyalty to the states. Okay, so if it is done, he must not be convicted promoting enmity between the different groups or regarding any offence, or he should not take any bribery. And next one is he must not have been punished for preaching and practicing social crimes like untouchability, dowry and as well as sati. Okay, and what are the decisions is taken by the governor, that is final. And governor should obtain the opinion of election commission and they have to act accordingly. And Indian constitution also lays down that a person shall be disqualified for being a member of either house or state legislature if he is so disqualified on the grounds of defection under the provisions of 6th schedule. So also we are having the provisions of 6th schedule, that is anti-defection law. So by using this also there will be disqualification of the members. Okay, so this is about this topic, and now let us see next topic. It is about MGNREGA's wages pending and no work. Karnataka workers migrate in big number. So I want to ask you one question like, so what will be the impact of this low funds for this MGNREGA? So either it may be positive impact or negative impact. So please comment in the comment box. So please pause the video and please let me know the comments regarding what will be the impacts of this situation, like there is no funds for MGNREGA and there is no work. So please let me know fast. Okay, done everyone? Yes or no? So please let me know what will be the impact other than this which is given in the article. Okay. So now let us see the context here. So Karnataka Chief Minister, he met our Prime Minister and he requested for early release of the funds, especially drought relief from the center. And actually he said that farmers of the state, they are facing deep distress. The Chief Minister also requested that the number of days of employment under this MGNREGA can be increased from 100 days to 150 days. So this also had been requested by the Chief Minister. And if you see details here, actually many people from the districts where they are not getting the rainfall, they are drought affected, and in these areas the people used to work under this MGNREGA, but if they are not getting the work, means yes, they are going for other jobs, they are moving out of the state. And if you see this MGNREGA, it is nothing but Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. And actually it is one of the largest public employment program in the world. And which department is implementing this? It is very important. That is Ministry of Rural Development. So when this act has been passed in 2005, and actually the important aim it is to enhance livelihood security by guaranteeing 100 days of wage employment in the financial year to the rural households. And especially under this MGNREGA, they will be getting unskilled labor work. So this act, which also seeks to create durable assets, and the category of MGNREGA public funds activities, they are like category A, which includes natural resource management, that is building of irrigational canals, and category B, it is regarding individual assets for vulnerable sections, which includes house for refurbishment, and category C, it is about common assets and infrastructure to provide to promote agricultural productivity. For example, it is talking about poultry shelter. And category D, which includes rural infrastructure like footbridge. So these are some activities which are mainly done under this MGNREGA. So if you are talking about what the features, so features is nothing but the wage levels are set to a very minimum wage. So they will be getting statutory minimum wage who are working this MGNREGA. And what are the assets they are developed because of this MGNREGA? They are geo-tagged and they are displayed on the public website regarding this Go MGNREGA to enhance transparency. And next one is 1/3 of stipulated work foods, they must be done by women. And under MGNREGA, so work should be provided within 15 days of demanding for the work here. So but even after months also we are not able to provide the jobs here. And this Gram Sabha, it is a principal forum for wage seekers to raise their voices and to increase their demands. So social audit, which is mandatory, and even it lends to this accountability and as well as transparency. So these are some important facts regarding this MGNREGA scheme. Okay, so these are very important. And here you can see one important image, that is MGNREGA provided or proved success in giving equal employment opportunities to marginalized sections, and more than 50% of the workers are employed are women, and almost 50% of workers employed belongs to this martial sector or the tribes. So in this way we can say it is a huge success. And next topic is HFSS foods. View it as a public health imperative. So that means high fat, high sugar and high salt products. So if you have opening any chips packet, sometimes you will be seeing like it is very spicy, and you will be seeing some different flavors, and also you will be seeing some toppings. Yes or no? So here this article says that consumption of high fat, sugar and salt foods, it is one of the major risk for the factors to a host of health issues. For example, there will be increased risk of diabetes mellitus, increased risk of blood pressure and as well as obesity. So these are some important non-communicable diseases that we can see because of this having this high fat, sugar, salt. So according to World Bank report of 2019, it says that 70% of all overweight and obese people, they are living in this middle and as well as low income countries. So that led to a rise in 55% in rural areas across the globe. And actually they are focusing on high income countries and as well as urban and affluent communities. So in these areas there is a high use of this high salt and high fat and high sugar levels. And even because of this consuming of this food, it is not at all good for the health, because it will cause a lot of non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, etc. So what is the meaning of this ultra processed food? So ultra processed food, it is one of the category of this high fat, soluble and as well as sugar foods. So it is a category of high transformed products that goes beyond the regular processing. So it includes like adding of salt, adding of sugar, fat for enhancing of flavor. But what sets it apart is the incorporation of 5 or more additional ingredients. So they will be also adding other ingredients. For example, they will be using emulsifiers, they will be using some color agents. Okay, so that is one cause of concern. So these extra components, they include flavor enhancers, emulsifiers, colors, preservatives. So they are aimed at improving the taste and as well as shelf life, but it will be not causing convenience to the health. And if you see the examples of this ultra processed food, so we have unprocessed, that means raw atta or flour, and processed means, for example, we have this dahlia porridge, okay, with added sugar and as well as salt. So ultra processed means the cookies made from atta with the various additional ingredients. So these are some important examples of different kinds of processed foods. And here you can see like what is unprocessed or minimally processed, and this one is processed culinary ingredients, processed foods and ultra processed foods. So if you see this unprocessed or minimally processed foods, so these foods there which do not undergo processing or underwent minimal processing techniques such as grinding, pasteurization and others. For example, we can talk about vegetables and as well as fruits like banana, apple, orange, tubers, grains, beef, egg, chicken and as well as milk. And as well as processed culinary ingredients, so they obtain from minimum processed foods and they are used to season, cook and create culinary dishes. For example, we can use salted butter. So you can use this salted butter that is available in the supermarkets, right? And vegetable oils, butter and other fats. So all these comes under this processed culinary ingredients. And this one is processed food. So there are unprocessed or minimally processed foods, okay, which had been added to the processed culinary ingredients, okay. So actually here you can see bottled vegetables, like in bottle you will be having the vegetables in the water, and next one is you will be having meat in the salt solution and fruits in a syrup, or candied like bread and as well as cheese and as well as purees, pastries that are coming in the different packets. So that is called as processed food. And what is this ultra processed food? So here these are the food products, they are derived from the food. So these are the products that derive from the food or parts of foods, they are being addressed, they are being added with this cosmetic food additives, okay. So they are also getting some addition of this cosmetic food additives. For example, we have breast milk substitutes. So in markets we have Nanpro, we have Dexolac and Lactogen, okay. So but now as of now we are using Nanpro, that is a milk formula substitute. And this one is ice cream, shakes, ready to eat meals, soft drinks and other sugary drinks, okay. So they are nothing but ultra processed food, okay. And now let us move on. So what are the concerns of this taking of high salt, high fat, high sugar foods is, so that will cause some health problems. So regular consumption of foods that are added with sugar and as well as salt and fat, that will lead to health issues. So health risk includes like obesity. So we have obesity, hypertension and as well as cardiac problems and as well as lifestyle problems. And this one is artificial chemicals. So even in some processed foods we have some artificial chemicals. So because of this, that will cause problems in your gut. Gut imbalance, that can result in neurological problems, stress, mood swings and as well as obesity. So all these things are some health problems. So apart from this, here addictive nature is also there. For example, recently Maggi has been banned. Why? Why Maggi has been banned? Any idea? Anyone? So who are Maggi lovers here? So Maggi has been banned because in children it is showing addictive effect. That means they want to eat only Maggi. Okay. So many ultra processed foods, they use taste enhancers that will contribute to the addiction. So people, they can become automatically addicted to these foods due to their enhanced flavors. And these foods, they are designed to be broken down quickly and they will be absorbed efficiently. So this rapid absorption, that will lead to the increasing of blood sugar levels. So suddenly when you are taking this food, suddenly the sugar level in your body will rise. Okay, and next one is sugar roll. So whenever there is a rapid release of insulin in response to high sugar intake, that will lead to subsequent drop in blood sugar levels. And the drop in blood sugar, that can result in a feeling of increased hunger. So whenever there is drop in the sugar level, so you feel that you will be feeling hungry and I have to take something. So because of this reason, we can see in this diabetes patient, so they will be having polyphagia, polydipsia. So polyphagia means they will be taking the meals more frequently, and polydipsia means they will be having excessive thirst. Okay, so this symptom is called as sugar crash. So repeated consumption of sugary food, that can further lead to desensitization of brain. So it will not helpful for the functioning of your brain, and that will make you to carve even more sugar to achieve same pleasurable feelings. Okay, so this cycle of consumption as well as carving, so there will be going on. So because of this, as soon as possible you have to curtail this high fat, sugar and salt diet. So what is the way forward? So we can develop some comprehensive national nutrition policy. So we have to develop national nutrition policy that will address both under and as well as over nutrition. So further, this policy objectives, it is to target a well-defined achievements, and we have to include collaborations and as well as consultations and stakeholders to address this problem. And even we can focus on enhancing policies like Saksham Anganwadi. So in this Saksham Anganwadi, we are going for growing of vegetable plants in Anganwadi centers, and even we can go for Poshan 2.0, that will encompasses over nutrition as well as diet. Okay, next topic, it is about turbulence in south. It is talking about the disaster management preparedness against floods in this Tamil Nadu region. So already we discussed this topic, and once again we have to discuss this. Okay, so recently what happened, there is heavy rainfall in Tamil Nadu because of cyclone Mekong. Okay, and not only this, around 39 places they had been registered extremely heavy rainfall. So especially this Kayal Pattinam in Thoothukudi, which recorded about 95 centimeters, while 8 other places they recorded over 50 centimeters at the same time. Okay, that is nothing but the rainfall. 95 centimeters of rainfall and 50 centimeters of rainfall. So the either weather activity was considered as a freak occurrence in ongoing northeast monsoons. So even because of this northeast monsoons also, they will be bringing rainfall to this Tamil Nadu. So it might be the one important cause. And nearly around 4 million people, okay, nearly around 4 million people, they have been very badly affected by these floods. So this article says that whenever government wants to come up with any infrastructure, for example railways, roadways, canals, tanks, electrical poles, so here that government need to focus on even development of that area. So the event which raises questions about weather forecasting and preparedness. So as the informity of the rainfall caught the states by surprise, so questions have been asked why this department, this meteorological department is not giving early warnings. So actually we have this IMD and as well as WMO. So their mandate is to provide the updates regarding the weather conditions. So if they are going to get the rainfall, so they have to give the information. So if they are not going to get the rainfall, so they are going to give the information, and we have to make aware the people before the disaster is going to happen. Like what are the steps that can be taken to minimize the loss of life and as well as loss of property. So here, because besides here country's weather forecasting system is not progressed to the extent that exact amount of rainfall that we are going to see. So with that precise locations, they cannot be predicted by using these local tools. So because of this, we need the help from WMO. So for example, here a better working relationship between this meteorological department and the railways, they had been ensured. So in the same way, we have to go for ensuring of arrangement of the different agencies that can work at this mitigation effort. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember. And the next topic, it is about incoming call. So this article is focusing on telecommunication bill. So here we have to see what is that and even what are the key provisions of that. So as I said, you may get question from this topic for sure. So if you see the context, it says that the Telecommunications Bill 2023, it seeks to substitute Indian Telegraph Act, Indian Wireless Telegraphy and Telegraph Wires, Unusual Possession Act, and even it is going to amend Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, that is TRI Act of 1997. So these are some important things that are going to be amended by these three new bills. So here the key provisions of this bill, here is the first one is, it is talking about objective. So the bill which revises regulations related to the development, operation and expansion of telecommunication services. Okay, so important objective is to regulate. Okay, it is to focus on development, operation and expansion of telecommunication services. And next one is authorization for telecom related activities. So what are this authorization of these telecom related activities? So here they are focusing on providing telecom services, and not only this, they are focusing on establishing, operating or expanding telecom networks, and they are focusing on possessing radio equipment. So these three things are mainly focused in this telecom related activities under this bill. And next one is assignment of even spectrum. So spectrum will be assigned by auction. So here now this spectrum will be assigned by auction. So except for specified issues, in some specific use cases, so it will be allocated on administrative basis. Okay, that will be allocated on administrative basis. Okay, so this is very, very important regarding this spectrum. And actually in this spectrum, so administrative basis are nothing but based on the national security and defense, and if it is related to this disaster management, how much spectrum that should have, and even regarding weather forecasting, so how much speed of internet is required. So based on this, satellite services, DTH services, satellite telephony and transport, so based on the different applications, so there will be allocation of spectrum is done. And this one is the powers of interception and search, which is present with the government. So government can suspend and assume the control, or they will oversee any telecom service in case of public emergency or national security concerns. Okay, so the power of interception and search, okay, which is mainly present with the government itself. So government, it can suspend or it can assume the control, or it can oversee any telecom service in case of public emergency or in case of national security concerns. So next one here is the government authorized officer, and this officer, he may search premises or vehicles for unauthorized telecom equipment. And here it is talking about Digital Bharat Nidhi. So here we are having a fund to provide telecom services in underserved areas, and they had been renamed as Digital Bharat Nidhi, and we are focusing on expanding the research and development as well in this telecom services. And next one is, there is also exclusion of OTT apps and communication platforms. So this bill excludes OTT, that is over the top applications and communication platforms like WhatsApp, from being classified as a telecom services. Okay, so these are some important provisions. They are nothing but the key provisions of this telecom communication bill. Okay, so and now I want to say about this daily mains answer writing course. So the new batch is going to be started from 25th December onwards. So if you want to enroll this course, you can directly contact me on this number 8074765513. So even this is WhatsApp number, you can text me on WhatsApp, or even you can text me on Telegram. And one more thing here is, so please save the date. On Sunday, that is 24th December 2023, we are going to conduct free mains orientation class at 11 AM. Okay, so you can join the session, and we will be providing the link of that Zoom class and passcode, okay, in the community box, in the community, okay, soon. So by using that, you can join the class. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. So if you really like this class, hit the like button, and don't forget to share this video to your friends. And please do subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.